why I avoid the biker community. This video is just going to go over like why I avoid the biker community as a whole. Just talking about my thoughts on the biker community and whether or not I consider myself a part of it or like whatever. I mean, number one, the amount of bad influences, and I guess everybody can have their definitions of bad influence, but my definition would be the typical run of the mill, like drugs, smoking. There's a lot of smoking everywhere now. It's like smoking, vaping. You see it everywhere now. Wait, let me first define the biker community actually. And for me, the biker community is going to be within my age range. So I'm like between 18 and 26. Let's just say 18 and 26. So like the younger generation. It's going to be a lot more crazy people. From the communities that are around, a very, very large majority of the people my age are vaping or doing something along the lines of vaping or smoking. So I typically will try and avoid that. So since the majority of the people within or like in my surrounding community is gonna be the majority of people in the biker community like smokes or vapes, I tend to try and avoid those kinds of people, whether or not they are a part of the biker community. Number one is the bad influences, like people doing illegal stuff all the time and people vaping all the time. So bad influences is kind of broad, but I'll get into it later. But we will head to another spot and talk about some more things on the way there.
So as we get on the road here, number two as to why I kind of avoid the biker community is because of how late everybody rides. I'm not talking to everybody, I'm overgeneralizing. How late the majority of my age demographic rides. Pretty much after 11 p.m. or after 8 or 9 p.m. And for me, who's trying to be as healthy as possible, like I'm trying to get to sleep at 10 or 11, and like that's when they're out riding, right? So it's hard for me to stay connected with these people who I can't ride with as often. And on top of that, like a lot of them are riding to go get food or go get drinks, and I'm too young to drink and I'm too poor to get food. So it's very hard for me to like consistently build a relationship with the people in these communities because my lifestyle is so different from theirs. And I mean, I guess that's kind of building off of how that's a bad influence because I want to uphold my healthy lifestyle, and if I'm hanging out with these people who have these lifestyles that don't align with mine, it's going to affect me in a way. You know how they say, like, you are the 5 people who are closest to you. So number one is bad influences, and then number two, kind of building off of that, is just how late everybody rides. And why they typically ride is to meet up to get food, which I can't do. And number three is something I think people in the biker community as well can relate to, and it's the amount of people who crash and the amount of people who die, specifically within my demographic. Again, since I technically ride a sport bike, Ninja 400, it's not anything crazy, but sport bike riders will tend to gravitate towards other sport bike riders. So who I'm meeting is going to be more sport bike riders, and within the 18 to 30 year old demographic, that's where a large majority of motorcycling deaths occur. When I was kind of just getting into the motorcycle community and meeting some more very cool, very nice people, I had already heard about multiple people who had crashed, and I met multiple people who had crashed and almost died. And just recently I I think one of the first people that I met on my bike crash and almost die. I think she might still be in the hospital, might not be, but it's like not the greatest feeling in the world to think, you know, I know this person, and you know, I just like I had seen them before, and to think about not ever being able to see them ever again, it's like not the greatest feeling. On top of the first and second reasons, there being a lot more death in this community than, you know, most other communities, like freaking golfing, where there's almost like zero death. But it's the lingering feeling that like your friends might not make it home that night. Pause for a quick little pull on this nice empty road. Oh yeah. And going back to the bad influences thing, it's also the amount of people who don't ride gear. And I'm actually going to make a video about how I might start reducing the amount of gear I wear, and I definitely do want to talk about that a ton because it's very important to me, as I'm a very big advocate on gear. But most people I know, they don't wear gear, and again, with the influences stuff, that's gonna rub off on me no matter what I do about it. So I try and avoid it entirely. As we start moving over to our new spot here, nice little Camaro.
So, moving right along with my reasons for avoiding the biker community. Number four for reasons why I don't, or I avoid the biker community, is because riding with people, it's just more unsafe, right? If you're riding with someone, there's another thing you have to keep track of, but the main thing is, I always say this. I say quote this to some of my friends, and it's, riding in a group gives you confidence you shouldn't have. What that means for me is, like, if everybody's around me is going 80 miles an hour on the highway, then 80 miles an hour is not going to feel as fast as it would if I were riding by myself, or 90 miles an hour, or 100 miles an hour. Or let's say you're riding out in the twisties with your friends, and some of your friends have been riding for years and they're going pretty fast. So when you look at them and they're pulling away from you, what happens is you will feel like you can take these turns at the same speed when you don't have those years of experience and you're not as good of a rider. It's like riding in a group, it just increases the risk of me crashing. So I'm going to try and avoid riding in a group most of the time. I normally, I would like to set the cap to two people max. But moving along, number 5 would be, I got into bikes to ride and for the motorcycles. Like, I wanted to learn how to work on motorcycles. I didn't get into bikes to socialize. That wasn't the goal. I didn't treat my motorcycle as a key to get into the secret club of bikers, you know? And especially with social media, some people are literally getting bikes and helmets literally just to take pictures and post them on social media. They don't even ride. So I would definitely like to avoid those kinds of people entirely. And avoiding the community lets me not have to go through the work of sifting through all the good and the bad people, you know? But, I mean, would I consider myself a part of the biker community? I would say yes, because I own a motorcycle and I enjoy riding. But I would say yes to the biker community as a entire community of all age ranges, all motorcycles, all sport bikes, Harleys, all of that combined. As a biker community, I would say I'm a part of that. But as a young male who has a sport bike, I would consider myself not a part of the, I guess, squid community, or Instagram biker community or clout community, whatever you want to call it. It's like kind of the more young. I don't want to like I don't want to say stupid because that's making me sound like I'm above them, which I'm not. Realistically, I'm stupid for even buying my bike, let alone riding it on the twisties fast and doing fast pulls safely, allegedly. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm going to get back on the road, probably do a little more riding, but on the road I'll talk a little bit more about like the plans for the channel and like what kind of content I'll be doing. But let's get right into it.
Honestly, a beautiful afternoon slash evening. But plans for this channel, I'm kind of right now in the phase of experimenting different content styles. Like, I'm doing this video where it's mainly just talking, but I'm also writing. And then I did my last two videos, I think are going to be the vlogs, and then our little sunset break, the vlogs, and then are actually like talking, which I want to start editing better eventually, but I want to start posting first and get into the rhythm of posting, and then as I post more and more and more, I'll improve the videos more and more and more. Or I'm also going to try, I'm just going to start experimenting a ton with different content styles. I mean, those three right now, like the vlog-ish, the talking while writing, or just the talking, is probably what I'm going to stick to ish for now, because those are relatively easy and I'm not completely unemployed. So that's the plan for future videos, but the plan for the next few videos are going to be probably talking about the gear thing. Going to be talking about some more deeper psychological topics, I think. You know, why start posting content in general, right? Why even share all of this stuff about your life or I guess my life? There's a few reasons, but I'll try and pinpoint a few. And I guess number one would be I enjoy quick sunset break. I enjoy creating. I enjoy creating things. Like, yeah, I just enjoy creating things in general, and posting it is my version of finishing that creation. But it's also a way for me to feel productive because I'm creating something, but it's a way for me to feel productive because I don't think I currently have another consistent way I could just always be creating something. Because with YouTube or Instagram or whatever video making platform, it's like anything, you can literally make anything, and that would be, you know, that would be the content, as opposed to like picking a specific hobby like piano, where you can create songs and music, but you're restricted to only that, as opposed to if you're a YouTuber and you did piano, then you could do piano, violin, you could pick up tennis and literally start making videos on that and still have your creative outlet that it would be content creation. So specifically why I'm choosing to post it is because I can grow as an individual while also getting better at creating in general, which will translate to whatever I choose my endeavors to be. But I mean, I guess that's number two. So number one is because I do enjoy doing it, and number two is because the skill that you would learn, that is content creation, could be transferable to whatever things you decide to do with your life, maybe like a year down the line. But man, it really is quite beautiful out here.
Well then, my hair is a mess, but if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. And I think that's all I wanted to say there. So I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be maybe another one formatted. like this. Dang, my hair is absolutely tragic. Peace.